For my Zenith project, I wanted to create a short animation using Adobe After Effects and Photoshop. I also wanted to base it off of the game Realm of the Mad God. My main goal was to improve at both 2D animation using Photoshop and 3D spaces in After Effects. I decided to base my Zenith project off of Realm of the Mad God because I really enjoyed the game, and I've played quite a bit of it. It's a really good game, I quite enjoy it, and it has a very nice art style. I started my Zenith project by taking images off of the Realm of the Mad God wiki page, and I put those in Photoshop, and I created some rough drafts of some characters. The first character that I redrew was Archbishop Lucorix. I started by making an interpretation of what I thought the very, very pixelated character might look like in a more fluid and cartoony style. I then cleaned up my lines, added some shading, and Archbishop Lucorix was ready to go. I then moved on to my second character, which was a knight. The knight was actually quite difficult because the original design is very, very simple. As you can see on the left, it's only 8 by 8 pixels, so it's kind of difficult to make out what everything's supposed to be. I tried to just give my best interpretation on what I thought everything is. I actually forgot to add a shield, which is present on the left side of the knight. All in all, I'm quite satisfied with how both of my characters turned out. I then assembled the rest of my assets, which consisted of a set of pillars, a set of banners, a floor, and a wall. I then moved into After Effects, where I started by assembling the room and adding my characters. I then added a camera, which allowed me to get much more interesting shots. It allowed me to get very dynamic angles on the characters and the background without having to manually adjust the parameters of each one of my assets. After adding the camera and its angles, I began to keyframe the movement of my characters. After that, I moved back into Photoshop, where I began to make animations for my characters. For my knight, I ended up creating a very, very simple walk cycle, as well as an animation for him drawing his sword. Archbishop Lucorix was much easier because I didn't actually have to animate a walk cycle, so I only had to make animations for his arm gestures, most of which were also very simple. With those done, I went back into After Effects, and I added those where they were needed. This, combined with the camera angles, made my animation look very nice and more natural than it was before. And for finishing touches, I added some sound effects and some lights to give the entire composition more life and more atmosphere. Overall, I think my Zenith project turned out how I wanted it to. And I hope you enjoy it.